Welcome to the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. We have quorum, 1, 2. Yeah, we do. Okay. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kniezek. Commissioner Kinlock. Present. Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Scott. Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
Oh, I have none at this time.
C, approval of the October 12th, 2022 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Martha G. Scott, are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Item 1, under new business, forwarding report on Sheriff's Office overtime costs.
Maya here, or is there someone else here representing Tamaya?
That would be me, Madam Chair. Sumaya Herb, Director of Administration at the Sheriff's Office. Can you hear me?
Yes, let's see.
Perfect. I am on Zoom.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, perfect. This is my monthly report concerning overtime. Please this information is captured as of 9/20/22. As of September 20th, we have overspent in overtime $3.3 million. We were budgeted $9.5 million. We spent $12.9 million in overtime. There are a few things that are beyond our control that did lead to the overtime. One of which is our number of vacant positions. We have 369 vacant police officers positions and 35 civilian vacant positions. In 2021, we hired 31 police officers and we lost 99 to retirement, resignation, and termination or termination. In 2022, we did a little bit better. So far, we've hired 84 police officers. We only lost 80, so we're up 4. Last Friday, we had 20 police officers who graduated from the jailers training. And we're hoping to have another 17 who will start the jailers training early November 7th. 95% of our staff have submitted FMLA packets. And in total, we have 661 of employees who've tested positive either before the vaccination and also after the vaccination. For the past month and a half, it's been quiet. We had a huge spike in the summertime, but late September and early October, it seems like we've leveled off on the number of employees who have tested positive to COVID. Are there any questions I can answer?
On the officers who are testing positive, are all of them, or some of them, or most of them, have they been vaccinated?
Some have been vaccinated. Of the 6, some of them have been vaccinated, some have not. If you like, I can put the data together and send you who's been vaccinated and who has not been vaccinated. But a lot of the people who've been vaccinated twice have been testing positive.
Any questions?
I have one more comment through the chair, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
I just want to let Commission know and this honorable body that the Sheriff's Office and the CO's office have been meeting regularly to discuss ways to attract new applicants and to retain current staff. Once we have something solid, we'll bring it up to Commission for approval. And of course, the union would have to approve it as well.
Well, I hope the news is positive. Because
it is so far. I mean, there's communication back and forth. So we're sitting at the table, we're discussing. So to me, it looks positive. It's much better than not talking to each other. So there's communication going on.
Madam Chair, you have a question. Yes, thank you. With those employees who are contracting COVID, just wanted to ask, of course, we know that the vaccination only doesn't prevent you from catching COVID, but it, from what we're told, it lessens the impact. Are you seeing those individuals who are vaccinated, are they returning to work sooner than any of those who are not unvaccinated? And are you seeing those numbers decrease as individuals continue to get the additional booster shots?
Through the chair, I don't have information about the people who are receiving booster shots, but I do see that most of the cases, it does not require hospitalization. They get sick, they get tired, there's aches and pains that they stay home for 5 days. And then after the 5 days, they're coming back to work. So it's not waiting 15 days or for those who already got vaccinated and contracted COVID. It seems like they're not, the symptoms are not as severe as it used to be a year ago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. This is a receiving file, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did we take a vote on this yet, Madam Clerk?
Madam Chair, move to receive and file. Or
Properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Basham. If there are no more questions on the motion, and all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Clerk,
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 2-year option to renew with Lake Ridge Village.
yes. Or is it? Ebony. Oh, okay, Ebony.
Good morning, through the chair. Ebony McCann, Administrator, HHVS, Adult Community Corrections. The department is requesting to enter into a 3-year agreement with 2 1-year options to renew with Lake Ridge Village to provide cognitive behavioral therapy in the jail. This is a 30-day program for offenders who have been sentenced by a judge to participate in the program. Additionally, we are opening the program to probation violators who violate the terms or conditions of their probation.
All right.
Madam Chair, move approval. Or
Properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please please vote.
Would you like a roll call vote or voice vote?
Yes, roll call vote, yes.
Commissioner Kenizik? Commissioner Kinlock?
yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott? Chair Clark Coleman?
Yes. The motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a comparable source 2-year purchase order terms and conditions contract with Enterprise Uniform Company.
Yeah, okay.
Through the chair, may I take number 3 and number 4 together? They're very, they're related.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. We are requesting commission approval to approve the amendment, number 1 amendment for both of these vendors. This is for police equipment and police uniforms as required per the CBA. We at the Sheriff's Office had made a mistake, and when we submitted the original contract, we only put in 1-year dollar amount as opposed to multiplying it by 2, coming up with a 2-year amount. So this is to correct our mistake and add the additional dollar amount, which is $38,399.55 to the previous amount that was approved earlier this year, actually. Well, last fiscal year. Any questions?
Item 3 and item 4. Oh, Commissioner Basham.
Could I move items 3 and 4 at this time?
Yes, you certainly can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where did the support come from?
Kinlock.
Properly moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Kinlock. Are there any questions on item 3 and 4? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik? Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman?
Yes. The motion carries.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for the fiscal year 2023 Crime Victim Rights Navigator Pilot Project Grant.
Move approval.
Support. Okay, it's been properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik? Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman?
Yes. Motion carries. Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for the fiscal year 2023 Sexual Assault Victim Rights Grant.
Madam Chair, move approval.
Support. Properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik? Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman?
Yes. The motion carries.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for the fiscal year 2023 Culturally Specific Responsive Services for Underserved Victims of Crime Grant.
So move, Madam Chair.
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion?
Madam Chair, that was Commissioner Kenlock.
Right.
I'm sorry. Did you move it or support it?
I moved it.
Okay, it's been properly moved.
I
by-
moved it.
Support.
I supported it. I'm sorry.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Are there questions on the motion?
Yes.
Please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik? Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman?
Yes. The motion carries.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of retroactive memorandum of understanding with Fair Michigan.
Okay, so who's here? I guess is there anyone here from the prosecutor's office? Oh, that Tony is out of town, right?
He had surgery. Yeah, I understand he had, he's away
Oh.
from medical. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna let Joe speak on this one.
Through the chair, this is Joe Slazak, policy analyst. Items 8 and 9 are both with Fair Michigan. Item 8, it's retroactive because the investigator who was handling this, she had been elected as a district court judge in Oakland County, and essentially the position initially was vacant. The prosecutor's office essentially asked the Michigan Attorney General's office for help, and they provided it. And now that there is an investigator in place, this is essentially going backward to take care of it, if you will, to take care of that contract. And then for number 9, there is an increase in it. I know Terrence had asked about that. It's essentially to bring the people who are working on this project up to what the prosecutors, the full-time prosecutors, are earning. That's why there's a pretty dramatic increase from between 8 and 9.
So moved on 8 and 9.
Support. Kenlock.
Supported by Commissioner Kinlock. Are there questions on the motion? on eight and nine. Are there questions on 8 and 9? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik, Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Next, Madam Clerk.
Moving to item 10 on the addenda, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Corrections, Office of Community Corrections.
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Wait,
Oh,
Ebony, come up. Would you come up and
yeah.
just go with this, please?
Good morning, through the chair, Ebony McCann, HHVS Adult Community Corrections Administrator. The department is requesting grant approval to enter into an agreement with the Michigan Department of Corrections, Office of Community Corrections to fund the Wayne County Adult Community Corrections budget for fiscal year 2023. The total amount of the budget is $1,987,876. And there is no county match. Community Corrections is 100% grant funded. The funding will support the programs and curriculums that Community Corrections has stipulated in our application, as well as the salary for the staff members.
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik, Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
I really wanted just to give an overview of what this was about because this is an important item.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Absolutely. And in fact, she was here. I didn't know she was here. Yeah,
Okay.
she came
Okay.
over. Yeah.
Okay. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to an intergovernmental agreement with Michigan high-intensity drug trafficking areas.
Oh, you gonna speak on this one?
Yes, this is Joe Slazak. This is an extension. HIDA is, well, the prosecutor's office, essentially an assistant prosecutor works with HIDA, which is a quasi-governmental organization to identify drug traffickers and, prosecute drug traffickers essentially. So, and this is just an extension. The money, the money stays the same, but it's just a 1-year extension, I believe it.
Was it an extension of the date?
Yep, it's an extension and of up to 1 year or until all of the funds are spent.
Questions?
Move approval. Or
It's been moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by. Hey, you guys do this. You don't say, you don't put your hand, you don't do nothing. So it's hard for me to know who's speaking.
understand.
If I can't look
Absolutely.
both
Right.
ways
And
at
then
the
an
same
echo.
time.
No, I get it.
Okay, you just trying me.
Right.
I understand. I understand. Been moved by Commissioner Kenlock. Supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion? Please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik, Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries.
Item 12, a resolution requesting commission approval of the appointment of Andrea L. Smith to serve as a member of the Community Corrections Advisory Board.
Madam Chair. Move to approve the resolution.
Madam Chair, support.
Yes. Thank you. And you're that's so kind of both of you. Been properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Basham. Now, are there any questions on the motion? None, all those in favor, please indicate by, please vote.
Commissioner Kenizik, Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have not been informed of any.
Public comments.
Okay. Is there anyone? Oh, please unmute the lines.
The lines are unmuted.
Madam Clerk. The lines are now unmuted and we're ready for public comment. So if there's anyone on Zoom or on the phone who would like to make a comment at this time, please speak. Is there anyone from the public who would like to make a comment at this time, either on Zoom or on the telephone? Please speak. Last call. Anyone would like to make a comment at this time from the public, please speak. Public comment is over.
Adjournment.
Madam Clerk, do we have any emails or anything?
There are no emails.
Okay, thank you. Now we can move on.
Adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Or been properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Thank you. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.